feel like I definitely should have ironed my top. So what happens when you haven't filmed a video for about a month? More. Flippin' hell. Ugh, right. Hi everybody, welcome back. So, it's been over a month. I made a video in February saying I'm going to be back on blogging and doing the videos and everything, and then I went silent. So what I wanted to do today is just spend about 5 minutes of that just kind of giving you guys a very quick kind of update just to explain why. I mean, if you do follow the channel, if you do follow the blog and you're kind of wondering what the hell I've been, or you know why it's been so sporadic lately when, you know, last year I was getting into like a really good routine and rhythm, I'm just going to kind of explain everything now. If you don't care, then what you can do is skip to the second part of the video where I walk you through that little Easter Lush haul that I made yesterday. So this video is basically going to be life update stroke Easter Lush haul. If you just want to go straight to the Lush haul, then I will put the time on screen right now that you need to go to just skip past the life stuff that you potentially don't really care about. But if you want to stay and listen to that, then you're very welcome. Totally up to you. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So without further ado, I'm just going to get into it. If you like this video, as always, don't forget to give the big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and yeah, let's get rolling. So where shall I start? Let's just start at the beginning of the year. So actually no, let's just start with in general. So I have been blogging for almost 6 years now. I think it is actually 6 years this month, which is crazy. And throughout that entire time, it has been a hobby. Like, I still work full-time alongside of it, and that is still very much the case. So when things like work get super busy or life gets in the way, then obviously blogging takes a little bit of a step back. And this year, so far, that is unfortunately what has happened. I do work full-time. I work from home, so I'm very lucky in that respect. I am in marketing and I absolutely love my job, but it does require a lot of attention, a lot of time and a lot of energy. And it does require me being sat in front of a computer, laptop for the entire day. So sometimes when I finish work, the last thing I want to then do is sit in front of another laptop and write a blog post or edit a video or something like that. So there is that kind of aspect. I mean, it has never really put me off that much before, but sometimes if work is getting a little bit too busy, a little bit too much, or I'm working longer hours, that will generally be the case. However, one of the things that has been happening this year as well is in December, I started a professional diploma alongside my full-time job. So I am currently doing that. I'm about halfway through. There's a dog barking like crazy outside. Shut up. I'm about halfway through. It ends, I've got my exams in June, and we were given our first assignment in February. So we'll get on to that as well, but obviously that is the full-time job, professional diploma, blogging. You kind of see where the priorities kind of shift when I do have a full-time job and I'm also doing something like that as well. So that is that. But let me take you through the year so far to kind of explain what has happened each month and why it has been so sporadic. So January, I think I've already spoken about January a little bit before, but I was called up to jury service in January, and usually when you do jury service you're only serving for 2 weeks at the maximum. I got put on a 4-week case on my first day, so I went in on the 2nd of January. That case didn't finish until I think it was the 24th or the 25th of January. So I had 4 very full weeks. I was in court every single day bar one, not including weekends. So I was doing that, and then I was coming home, and a lot of evenings I was coming up here and I was still just catching up on work, catching up on emails. I'd be doing some work at the weekends as well. So as well as being on jury service, I was then still working. So January was just a blur, to be perfectly honest with you. And this just didn't even enter my mind, because I was just like, I just don't have the brain capacity right now to incorporate it, and I just don't physically have the time either. And then obviously when I got back to work, even though I'd been keeping on top of emails and everything, there's obviously only so much you can do, I then basically had a month of work to catch up on. And February, and I was like, okay, this is fine, we can keep going, we can get it going, we can get it going. February 1st hit, and my cat Fred, I found him that morning underneath my husband's car with a very, very fractured and bloody front leg. He had to have his that leg amputated. So really good way to start that month, obviously. And that obviously included lots of vet trips just to kind of obviously get him checked up, pick him up, get instructions, everything like that. Mentally and emotionally, that was very hard. Like, anybody that knows me knows I basically treat Fred like he is my child. I don't have children, so he is, and like, he's part of our family, and he's obviously here every day with me as well, where I work from home. So yeah, it was a lot of, my brain power just wasn't, everything I had was either going on working or looking after him and everything. So there was that. There was other things going on as well, like there was a lot of other personal stuff that happened in February, which I'm not going to obviously bore you with. I don't really want to talk about it too much anyway on here, but basically a lot of things that could have gone wrong in February was going wrong in February. February was a ridiculously shit month, excuse my French. So there was that, but there was also, I was given my first assignment for my course. So I was doing my assignments, so I was like, yes, February we'll get back, we'll do videos, we'll do blogging, and then that just didn't happen because everything else happened in February and it all went to pot a little bit. And then towards the end of February I was feeling like a little bit more like myself. I was like, things are, you know, they're looking up, or like things are calming down, and do you know what, I feel like I really want to get back into this. So I was like, okay, I need to do this. So I started like writing down some ideas and doing some planning. And then Fred split my lip open, which you can kind of see here that I have stitches in my lip. He did this the other Monday, so when you see this it will probably be like just over 2 weeks ago. So I basically had to spend an entire day in the hospital waiting for a facial surgeon to come and stitch my lip up. We got into the hospital at like 10:30, didn't get home till 5:30. That was fun. Also that meant I then had to obviously catch up on work because of all like vet's trips and other things that happened in February. There was time of work that like I was still doing my hours, like don't get me wrong, it's not like I wasn't working, I was working, but then you're obviously making up for any hours that you are at the vets, or you were potentially at the doctor's, or you were at the hospital, or what have you. So there was that. And obviously when you have your lip split open and you have it all stitched up and it's healing, the last thing you want to do is sit in front of a camera. So yeah, that is basically what has been going on. Touch wood, things have calmed down a bit. I have finished my assignment, that is all handed in. I've got another 3 weeks until I get my next one, so I really would want to get like a load of content done, load of videos filmed and stuffed up for the blog and everything, so that this is still going to be ongoing when my next assignment comes in, because again from that point I'm going to be really busy. So I'm hoping, touch wood, my floor is wooden by the way, that I'm kind of changing that around a little bit and getting back into this, so that is good. I'm filming like 3 or 4 videos in the next week, just to kind of have stuff done. I'm doing blog posts and stuff, so I'm hoping that this is turning around a little bit for us now. That would be nice. And yeah, I can get back into this because I do love doing this. I love writing blog posts and taking photos, and I really do love sitting down in front of a camera talking about all my favourite beauty products, putting them on my face, just talking makeup. And I love doing it. I love doing the editing and everything like that. So I really do want to get back into this, and it was always one of these like, I want to do it, and I just didn't physically have the time, mental, brain power to do it. But hopefully so we are back. So thank you to everybody that's still stuck with me, that didn't unsubscribe or anything like that. Really appreciate it. I'm so glad you're still here, and I hope you still enjoy watching me. And yeah, that is the life update. Also, by the time you guys see this, I'll be on. The day that I am filming this, my brother and his girlfriend are in hospital, and she is currently in labour. So I've never been around before. I'm very excited. The whole family is very excited because it's like the first child in our family. So yeah, really excited. Hungry now. So that's another life update. So you know, if I'm not vlogging, it's because I'm basically spoiling my nephew. Anyway, okay, now we're at the point where life update is done. Let's talk about some beauty stuff. So I was in London the other day on my course, and it is on Oxford Street, basically, my course where it is based. We finished a little bit earlier than usual, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to treat myself. So as I was walking to the tube, I saw a Lush, and I thought, I haven't got anything from Lush in a while, I want some Lush products. So I went in, and I had a little bit of a mini Lush Easter haul. I think there's like 5 products in here. Mainly bath stuff, not gonna lie. Smells insane. And yeah, I was just going to share some of those products with you. So I'm going to start with the non-bath piece. So I picked up one of their lip scrubs, and this is a flavour I hadn't seen before, so I don't know if it's new and staying or if it was part of their Easter, but it is the Honey Lush Scrub. I usually have the bubblegum one, but I do just find it too sweet, and I'm not really a fan of the other one, so I wanted to try the honey one. Ooh, I can't put it on my lips at the moment either, so why did I buy a lip scrub when I can't use a lip scrub right now? So I really like the lip scrubs. I swear by them. I know my mum swears by them as well. She always has the mint one. I always have some sort of Christmassy themed flavoured one in my stocking. I think I've got the sugar plum one at the moment, which I really like. I like that one a lot. So I swear by these. They just really, really help my lips. Try and use it every day when I remember, if I'm not being super lazy. But I thought I would just try out a new flavour and see what it's like. But generally, they are very, very nice lip scrubs. I would highly recommend. Definitely better than the Barry M ones. Don't use the Barry M ones. They just taste of chemicals and it's not great. And then we've got a load of bath bombs. Hi, Fred. So I'm gonna start with the one that isn't Easter themed. It could be. I think you could argue that it could be Easter themed because of the name, but it is without a doubt my favourite bath bomb from Lush. I have repurchased this so many times. I can't count. But the reason I think you could say it's an Easter one is because it's the dragon egg. So it's got egg in the name. So it looks kind of very unassuming when you see it like this. It just looks like a white bath bomb, but it smells of lemon sherbet, which is life to me. But also it's got some really lovely kind of colours running through it. So when you do put it in the bath, you have all of these lovely colours coming out. It's a little bit glittery. You have to have a glittery bath bomb. And then the bath just goes kind of yellow, which looks a little bit weird. Adam always comes in and thinks I've, weed in the bath. But it just smells amazing, and I just find that it just relaxes me, and I love it, and I've repurchased it many, many times, and it is without a doubt my favourite. If you buy any bath bomb from Lush that isn't a limited edition one, get Dragon's Egg. I love it. Cool, and then all the rest are part of their Easter. Wait, I say all the rest, there's 3. I could have sworn I picked up more. We'll start with this one. So this is called the Which Came First bath bomb, and this is the stripes one. I think there's 2 different versions of this, one with like spots and one with stripes. So let's have a look. So this one was $6.95. So this is a bigger one. More expensive. And it's broken. Do you know what? I thought they dropped it in the shop. That's so annoying. I think it's one of those that it opens when you... Oh, it's all broken and I'm really annoyed now. Really annoyed. So it's basically an egg and it's got a chick in it, and that's now ruined because they've broken it. So I'm going to put a little screenshot to see what it should look like, and this is what it looks like. That's really annoying. Cool, what do we have next? Oh, this one was really cute. So this is the April Shower Bath Bomb, and this one was $3.95. And this was like the first one I got, so I just thought it looked really cute. It just looks like a cloud with little raindrops in it. Like, how sweet is that? It smells kind of musky, like there's something spicy in there, and a little bit more musky, and not like as sweet and fresh as you would kind of expect spring or Easter to smell like, I think. And I think I remember it saying it's got like lavender in it, but it just smells kind of very musky and warmer than other smells that are in there, like the lemon sherbet and what have you. Bath bomb dust. Cool, and then last but not least, this one smells friggin' amazing. I don't know what it has to do with Easter in terms of what it looks like, but anyway, this is called the Poisson de. So from my GCSE French, I'm going to say fish something, April fish. Fish of April. Poisson is fish, Avril is April, so April fish we're going with. And this is a bubble bar, so this is one of the ones that you kind of crumble underneath the tap, and it all kind of makes it all very bubbly and nice. Look how cute that is, it's a little fish. But it smells very spicy and cinnamony, which I'd say is more Christmassy than Easter. But it does smell very warm, it really smells of cinnamon. I just want to keep smelling it now. Oh, and apparently it's quite glittery, which I love. If you're gonna have a bath, make it a glittery bath. But I really like it, and I hadn't seen this one before, whereas the other ones I feel like I've seen in previous years, but this one I feel like I haven't seen. I could be wrong, but I haven't, and it just smelled amazing. They had it in one of those like sink bath things that they have when they're showing you what they look like, and it was just smelled incredible. She was like, oh, do you want to try? I was like, no, I'm buying it. I don't even need to try it. I am buying that because it smells so nice. And that one was $5.95 as well. They all smell amazing, and I'm very, very excited to try them. So make sure you're following me on Instagram so you can see any videos and images and stuff of me putting them in the bath. Because what is the point in having a Lush bath bomb if you don't then film it and put it on Instagram? Anyway, that is everything for today's video. Thank you for listening to me ramble. A little bit of a weird one, a little bit of a life update, a little bit of a Lush haul, a little bit of a disappointment in the stupid egg. But otherwise we are done. Make sure you come back on Thursday because I will be doing a first impressions video on a foundation which I am wearing right now. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to come back on Thursday's video. But I'm loving it so far, really enjoying it. Like I said, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like kind of haul videos and all of that fun stuff. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.